Alright, so we have another Sham Talk, and obviously this one is one I did not expect seeing, and obviously I did subscribe to August the Duck. And why am I talking about August the Duck? Well, he made a video regarding this man that I talk about whenever I do like these reactions about or get this man because he is being a weirdo. He's trying to go for a cupcake. Well, where am I getting that? From this man, Jidion. He is one of the predator catchers that has been doing God's work in catching the predators out there. Obviously, he was the one that made that video catching EDP. And what's going on? Well, August the Duck is trying to cancel him for doing his pet catches. So we're going to check out the video. Maybe not all of it. Probably going to get some points. But if I end up doing all of it, then obviously shout out to Jidion for just killing it with the content of getting these preds and just making society a lot more cleaner from these monsters, because these monsters are crazy. From the videos I have like seen that he has like released, like there's some monsters out there.
And your boy's getting canceled again. You know, we got this YouTuber here. His name is August the Duck.
Yeah.
He titled his video, "This Pred Catcher has gone too far."
Dackship, thank you for the follow, and welcome to the stream. I'm currently checking out a video about Jidion getting canceled from another content creator that I have recently not have been watching, but I do subscribe. But obviously I gotta like see like what's going on with this situation, and we're talking about it.
And funny enough, this is actually his second video that he's made about me. You know, he double backed on your boy, and
you send the title of a video.
Critiques about me in
sure.
this video is the thing that you would just least believe. Like, you would think out of all the things you can critique about my pred catches, the thing that he actually goes in and harps about is like, what? But man, without any further ado, let's get into this, man, and let's see what he got to say.
Now, we've talked many times about content creators who make content that is thinly veiled as this attempt to like better society or benefit the people around them, when in reality, the only reason that content is being made is because it's benefiting the person who makes it. It's not helping out the people that they claim it is, and a lot of times it's actually at their expense. And one of the most...
Well, this is a disagreement, Mr. August the Duck. Well, he is bettering the community from getting rid of like the predators out there, cause like, dude, like if you haven't seen like a full video of the pred catches that he does, definitely like check it out, and you'll definitely like see a different light of that, cause they're not paid actors. Cause one, why would you want to be paid as a predator? That's like sus. Like, you're giving yourself a reputation that's like really bad. And what Jidion does is that he tries to talk with them. He's obviously does the whole plan of having a decoy talk with these predators, and they end up like going all out. Like, these predators like say some nasty ass shit. They send videos of their stuff, and they also like have some shady stuff on the side. And obviously like they get to the point where the predator wants to meet up, and obviously the decoy does their job of trying to get them to this place. And then obviously when they get confronted by Jidion or anyone that does the pred catches, they do it in the stance of like, you're free to leave, I'm not gonna force you, and they end up having to talk, and then they just go from there. So obviously it's to better society, because like, one, like they're admitting the fact that they're what they're doing is wrong, and they try to back themselves, being like, oh yeah, like I didn't know, like I was just gonna be like I just wanted to talk and be like, you can't do this. Like, obviously after sending those stuff, and then it gets to the point where like tries to like be with the, like try to be like one-on-one with them, being like, yeah, like I get that, but then this and that, like you sent this. So it's not a good life for you. And then obviously brings the cops, and then obviously like they showcase all the chat logs and everything else. Like you could just watch a video from Jidion and you'll definitely like see like what kind of like persons these are, and like there's differences. Like there's some that are really really bad, and then there's some that are just like small, but they're still like bad.
Most common kinds of content that I see this problem arise is with the whole predator catching genre that seems to be pretty popular these days. And today, I feel like I have some pretty strong evidence that one of the biggest guys who does this is maybe not in it for the right reasons.
So Duck, the commentary YouTuber who makes videos about Jack Doherty and multiple videos about me and internet drama, says that he has solid evidence that shows that I am not in this for the quote-unquote right reasons. Really, in this instance, the only opinions that matter to me and that I actually would take to heart is what my audience thinks, what my family thinks, what the police departments think, and most importantly, what my peers that are also in the prey catching community think. Those are the opinions that I care about, and I think that those go way further than a commentary YouTuber. But let's get into his evidence.
So obviously, like to support this idea that obviously what August the Duck was saying, like, oh yeah, like you probably go for these reasons, like yeah, like that could be part of it, but like you don't know, because like he has his own motivation as to why he does this. Like if I recall, I think he did like say like in one video like the reason why he's been doing these predator catches. And obviously, like, if you haven't seen Jidion before, like, what I remember him by is that he would, like, be doing these pranks. And then from there, like, he ended up, like, stopping these pranks. He ended up, like, seeking God. And he turned a new leaf. And then from there, started doing some predator catches. And then from there, like, saw the betterment of the community, like, just be amazed. And he just had that calling to, like, better the world, and how to better it in the form of this. And like he's gotten a lot of people, and you could definitely like see like the amount of videos that he does of all those like individuals that were caught under him. And obviously like there's people that he ends up talking to and saying like you're doing God's work, like not a lot of people would do this. And obviously like I get like the whole point of what August the Duck was saying, that oh yeah, it's something that's being really highlighted right now, and you do see some predator catchers that do this, but in the form of like violent like manners, where they end up like hitting them, pushing them and stuff like that. Like yeah, like that's a method, but it's not like the mindful and also like the right way to go. It's more in the right way to go is the way that Jidion does it. The one that when he does his predator catches along with Alex Rosen, which also has controversy, and I get Jidion also has controversy on him, but they do this for the betterment of the community, and we'll see the reasons what is going to be presented.
Basically,
you're gonna like the music video.
The whole
of course,
predator catching genre of content is one that really belongs on YouTube. I don't really think it's one that should be made at all.
So, Duck, you don't think that this content should be made at all, but on your channel, Chris Hansen is actually one of your favorite creators, and you make multiple videos about him, and I saw this clip of you saying this right here.
I used to cover the show To Catch a Predator quite often. I love that show. I think it's morbidly hilarious, and I think what Chris Hansen did was very valuable.
So help me out.
Yeah, so that's a real good shot that you even said it on a video that you really liked the videos. It was funny. It's the same thing like how Jidion does it. Like he does it in a form of manner that it's also hilarious. And obviously there's people that do tune in for obviously like knowing like what is going to happen in this video, but it's also to inform people that obviously like if there's a problem, there's at least people trying to solutionize the problem. Not to make it out of content and just like out of fun, because like I said, no one wants to be paid to be for being a predator. That's like the most oddest request of being like, yeah, I'll take some money for that. It's like, no,
Real quick, Duck. I don't know if you know this, but Chris Hansen actually posts all his catches on YouTube. So my question to you is, should Chris Hansen stop posting these catches on YouTube? And also, should he stop doing it entirely?
I don't really think it's one that should be made at all.
You see, I'm in the belief that this is a very, very dangerous rhetoric, because just on my channel alone, we have caught multiple registered offenders that have actual victims that have been let out and are trying to do it again.
Yeah, and this is a really good one. Like the video from this one, like that one was like a crazy way, like how like the catching went. This one was also crazy, like how the end result started going in. Like he almost would have gotten hurt in that one, like against this guy. And the one in the middle, I kind of can't remember, but we might get a video. But like I said, like if this doesn't like support the idea, like what he's doing is for the betterment of the community, well, we're gonna have to end up checking out a video, and then you'll see the rhetoric of it's not just for views, it's for informing and also to like stop these guys.
So I know you're in the belief that, predator catchers really don't help anything. But, I think me and my audience are in the belief that we do help. I mean, if you guys watch my videos, we literally have police commending us on the work that we do.
Man, look, so I respect the hell out of what y'all do, because I agree with it 100%.
There he is, Alex Rosen.
Those type of people need to get caught. So I'm going to do my justice and write up what I know and everything like that.
Y'all be safe, man, doing this, man.
Well, yes, sir. Thank you. Do you guys need anything else from us?
I'll give you a call.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro, be safe. Good job, guys. No one bites at us.
Thank you.
Not
even addressing me, there's multiple channels out there with 100+ convictions, not arrest, conviction. Alex Rosen, People vs. Predators, Black Hebrew. These men all together have almost over 500 convictions of predators that are trying to prey on children. I think that is something that should stay on YouTube.
Yep.
And I think that is something that should be created. And I mean, Duck, if we weren't able to post these on YouTube and if we weren't able to create them,
how are people going to be informed?
To these Chris Hansen videos, man.
To Catch a Predator might just be one of the greatest TV shows ever created.
Stop the cap.
But before we begin, I want to talk about today's video sponsor, MyHeritage.
Oh no. He's going with the freaking ad. Oh no.
Oh, no. We're not going to give you no ad time here, but this ad is going to come up later. Trust me.
Goodness, dude. The amount of the fastness is, my ears.
Let's get back to it. Personally, I'm of the opinion that people really shouldn't be taking the law into their own hands, especially when it comes to something as sensitive as this.
I just love that he's trying to make this point, because the point of a vigilante is someone that takes the law into their own hand. But the thing about people like me, Oma, Skeeter, Alex, is we don't take the law into our own hands. We report everything to the police. We are snitches. We love the police. That's why every single video, we always get the police involved.
Yeah, and he obviously like gets the end result that he wants. He wants them to get convicted of going to jail and actually like paying the price for the crime that they have done. And they're not cops. They're vigilantes, like how he was saying, but in a way that it's more in a manner of like, we're giving them the free will to like leave. Like, we're not going to force them, because I know some other people would be doing like the vigilante to the point of being like their own cop and actually like trying to arrest them and being forceful with them. And obviously that's not the manner to go, because then you don't go nowhere and they get up and they end up like roaming free again. And the one that pays the price are the vigilantes. So yeah, but that's why I love like how his rhetoric is when catching these guys, because like it's more in a manner where like he's giving them the free will. He has all the evidence already stacked up, and then once the cops come in, then obviously like he gives them like the whole evidence from there, and they have it, and they just go from there. Whether like their own system like allows them to like, okay, so they are definitely gonna go to jail for this because we already see all of this, or we can't because it has to go through like the whole bypass, so they're gonna be under investigation and stuff like that. Like I don't get like why he's like trying to deflect Jidion and being like, oh yeah, what you're doing is wrong.
Now, I got a question for you guys. If someone had a drug dealer hit them up and said drug dealer said, hey, I want to meet you here to sell you drugs, and you got to go meet them there, and they confess to you to everything saying, yes, I have the drugs and I do want to sell it to you. You then call the police and the police arrive and they arrest them. Are you a vigilante? Or are you just a citizen reporting a crime? It's
a citizen reporting a crime.
These EDPs, they come out, they admit that they're coming to meet a young cupcake, and all we do is just report it to the authorities. We are just citizens.
Do I support the guys who are doing?
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, it's not a freaking like an equation to like the what's it called? Crap, I'm trying to think of this like out of the whim. It's not the fucking solution to cancer. It's not the solution of getting out of like this issue that you like getting stuck in a car or getting stuck in a plane or stuff like that. It's not that. It's just a citizen filing a report with evidence that they have received, and the ones receiving it have admitted to it.
And stuff like that? Well, no, not really. But also, I don't really care if you find yourself in a situation like that, because you shouldn't have been putting yourself in a situation like that. So don't get me wrong, the treatment or like the consequences that these guys face is not the issue I have with this content. If anything, it's really the lack of consequences that they face and the reasons that the guys making this content are doing it. Some are better than others, don't get me wrong. Some of these channels seem to have managed to get in with local law enforcement, or they've developed a better understanding of what exactly they need for the cops to actually be able to do something.
Yeah, but it also goes to the point that this ended up becoming a work in progress for Jidion, because Jidion doesn't just do like one place. He does multiple places like around like the country, and from every different place that he has posted from different police counties, like they have their own methods, and they tell him like just know that for the next time, if you end up doing this, you got to go through this method, and this method first, and then we'll help you out from there. And he understands, he takes that to account, and obviously like they end up like helping him out for what he did. They just give him the tools of what to do next if they end up doing another report in said county, and that's how it ends up going and going and going. So it's not the consequences that these guys deserve who are doing the vigilante work. Like, no, dude, they don't deserve it, because like they're just being citizens reporting what's going on, and they have been admitted to the crime that's going to be committed. Like, the ones that are committing the crime already told the vigilantes what they're going to do, and they went out of free will to do the meetup.
But still, you should probably just be leaving this kind of shit up to, you know, law enforcement.
I mean, I agree as well. I wish that all these dudes would face legal consequences. From all the groups that I've worked with, from Oma to Skeeter to Alex to so many others of my decoys that do it on their own, I know that every single case is solid and these dudes are guilty and they should all be convicted. But you're making it out here seeming like, yo, these dudes are just getting out scot-free and, you know, there's no consequences.
There is.
This video that you made is about me. So me alone, I have almost 4 million subscribers, and each of my videos literally get millions upon millions of views just on YouTube. That's not even counting Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, all those other platforms. And so you're telling me that a guy that's getting blasted out to millions upon millions of people to be known as a predator, that isn't a consequence? I don't know about that, buddy.
Because a lot of the times these...
Yes, I mean, I already go to the other video that I talked about, the goon bending. Like, obviously, like, that's a person that's, like, being a weirdo. And who is he trying to, like, influence? A bunch of people, random people around the world. And do you think that not a lot of people are gonna, like, know about this person? That if they end up seeing that person in, like, the... like on the road walking, they're not gonna be like, oh, are you the one that does those goon bending videos? Yeah, like that's how fast traction goes when it's the internet, because the internet is free. It goes anywhere. It's the same thing with YouTube. Like, my video could literally like get attention from anywhere. Like, I get people that watch me from other places that is not America. Like, it's influencing everywhere. Why? Because the internet is free, and obviously, like, whatever you post, that's how people are gonna perceive you. If they end up seeing you one day, like, just walking around, just like minding your own business, they're gonna remind you, oh, you did this and did that. Why? Because you were on the internet. So
these guys aren't working with the police, or they don't get the right information, they don't capture the right evidence, and
they do.
All they've done is create a more careful predator who's going to face no consequences. And if you can't understand why people creating more careful and more aware predators while they're trying to put predators behind bars is a bad thing, well, don't know how to explain that one to you.
Well, that's also, now I have a disagreement on that. It doesn't make some what's it called, smart predators. Why? Because, like, also take to account To Catch a Predator from Chris Hansen. They literally end up, like, there's some videos out there that literally, like, the predators are saying, oh yeah, I watch your videos. And it's the same thing right here with Jidion. Like, some of the predators are like, oh yeah, I watch your channel. Like, I know how this is gonna go for me. Like, it's gonna be the interview, and then it's gonna go to the police, and then I'm gonna go to jail from that. Like, they know the recipe, yet they freaking just have the intrusive thought to just keep on doing the actions and not stopping. So it's not gonna make a careful predator. Like, yes, some of them will, like, take notes from this, from the catches that Jidion does, or Chris Hansen does, or any of the predator catches do, but some of them are more likely just to fold and fall again. Why? Because they have those intrusive thoughts. So obviously that's a disagreement already. Like, it has a hint of an agreement on it, but it has more of a downfall of it being a disagreement. Why? Because, like I said, they literally say the line, oh yeah, I've watched your videos. So they know that they've watched the videos. They know the same recipe of how it goes, yet they're not careful. They weren't careful because they fell for it again.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how to explain to you that it's hard to be a careful predator when everybody in the world knows that you're a predator, but I can't explain that one to you.
But like I was saying, one of the main issues I have with this kind of content, and what we're really talking about today, is I think a lot of the guys who do this almost forget, I guess, what exactly it is they're doing and what the goal really should be. Because like I was saying earlier, I think a lot of these dudes end up doing this only to benefit themselves, not really to protect potential victims.
They are protecting victims because, like, they're showcasing this to anyone that has access to the internet. They can literally, like, click on this based on, like, the title. It's like what I got intrigued, like, when I saw this video get recommended, like, being YouTuber tries to cancel me for doing pred catches, and then I watched a few seconds of it, and then it just involved your name, August the Duck, which is a person that I subscribe to, and then out of nowhere you take this turn where you try to, like, disagree with someone that I also watch, which is Jidion, and then I got to see both sides of the stories. Like, who is the one that has more of, yeah, I disagree with your points because obviously this and that, and I do agree with this creator because they pulled this and this point. But no, dude, it's going to the point where I'm falling more for Jidion because obviously he's giving his facts, but when it's you, Mr. August the Duck, it's more to the point where it's disagreements because you're not seeing the huge picture that Jidion is trying to do with these catches
of child predators. And to sort of highlight this, we're going to be looking at this clip from our old friend Jidion.
So now that he's about to talk about me, there's a couple things that I realized while watching his video that I wanted to point out to you guys. In this particular video, sadly, we did not get the arrest, but we did call the authorities, they did put him in cuffs, and they did take his phone and everything, and they made a report about him. But what I realized is in August's video, he never at one point showed any of the police presence in the original video. All he showed in the background is just me talking to the guy. So I just find it funny how he talks about, yeah, they never get police involved or anything like that. And while he's showing a visual representation of no police getting involved, when in fact in the original video we did have police involved. And I also find it funny that out of all the videos to make a video about me in,
he chooses that one.
To pick one where we didn't get the arrest, but the 3 before that we got arrest in all 3 of those. So I just find it funny that he specifically picks the video that we didn't end up getting the arrest, and he specifically doesn't show any of the police presence.
Yeah, like you can even go to like the first videos that he was like posting, like once he like left this whole point of like doing these pranks and then like finding God and then like trying to better himself, and then like the legit, like the first one that came out to me that made me like want to continue watching Jidion, which was the EDP watch, because obviously it was interesting to know like how these people are. And then obviously like the first video showed an arrest, and then the second one was also an arrest. So this where I want to go with this is I want Mr. August the Duck. I don't know if you're gonna end up watching this video, possibly not. I would say I would recommend you to check out those first videos from, if I'm not mistaken, it's from Jidion, like just Jidion, the channel. And you'll see that those are arrests. They like the formula is there. Like just watch that and you'll see the presence. You'll see where it's going and how it flows. And obviously, yeah, that video that you were trying to showcase, like, yeah, it didn't have much of a good outcome. It still had presence of police.
And later on in the video, I noticed another thing, but I'm gonna get into that later.
Clip that we're
it's gonna be the ancestry one.
Because a lot of people have
it's probably gonna be
for catching content, and really, if
your ancestor could be anyone that
kind of some of the better
you probably
stuff
like talk
on
to
YouTube
or
when it comes to
will
that genre.
eventually.
It's not perfect, don't get me wrong. I still wouldn't call it like good necessarily. It has all the issues that all this kind of content has, but Jidion does seem to normally try and get what the police need to do something, and a lot of his videos do end with these guys getting arrested. Now, I don't know how many of them have actually been charged. It's probably not that many. Maybe
it's because you also have to be involved with like the updates of what's going on. Like since I'm subscribed to Jidion, like he even posts like on this community tab, oh yeah, I'm about to go to court for this guy that we just got, and then he literally leaves like little updates like recently on the catches that he does, and like he's like, oh yeah, so he's currently like in jail, he has a high bond, like, and then he gets like the little updates about the said person, and then like he leaves a community tab post saying that, oh yeah, I'm about to go to court for this guy because I'm gonna give my testimony and stuff like that. He doesn't get like involved more of the story. He just sees like one side and just says, all right, that's a wrap. No, dude, you gotta be more involved to like knowing like what's gonna happen from there.
I'm wrong on that. Correct me if I am, please.
You see, if you're
I already corrected you, sir.
Me, I think it should be in the best interest, not even for yourself, but for your audience that doesn't know who I am, to at least do the bare minimum of research. But since you said, please correct me.
Oh God.
Let me help you out.
Yep. Those are all posts that he has posted on his community.
But it does seem like the majority of these videos do end with a guy in cuffs. He seems to generally take it pretty seriously. He's not just going out trying to like beat these guys up for fun. He confronts them professionally. It doesn't ever seem like he's really just trying to get a rise out of somebody for content. For the most part, it's pretty level-headed stuff. And as far as the genre goes, like I said, it's some of the better stuff on YouTube, I think.
Thank you for the glaze, even though it was only for 20 seconds. And you know, you kind of did spend the first 5 minutes of the video kind of subliminally compare me to the other people, you know, and we all know not everybody watches the entire video, but I do appreciate the glaze.
All right, I also give a little bit of the glaze. Yes, I watch the full videos. Yes, I also like, what's it called? I will try to hopefully subscribe to EDP Watch, the what's it called, the website that he does for like the full videos, and also the what's it called, member videos that he also got, because also there's a bunch of other ones that he can't post because YouTube has stuff that has crap. What's the thing? They have like the limitations of what they can post, and he does it explain it throughout like that little ad that he does, and it's funny. But yeah, like obviously, if you watch the full video, you understand like the whole story. That's all I'm gonna go with, like the whole point of this.
But I do want to talk about the video title, because the video title is "This Prey Catcher Has Went Too Far." You know, I made a similar video with almost that exact same title, but those prey catchers that I was talking about and the example that I used was literally a YouTuber
way worse,
shooting a predator in the face with a paintball gun and not calling the police at all. And then my other example was literally 30 college students setting up a 21-year-old with an 18-year-old. And when that 21-year-old met said 18-year-old, they then attacked him and called him a P3DO.
Jeez.
So those are my examples for these prey catchers went too far. So I'm just so curious, what could I have done that could warrant that title in your opinion?
I think.
Oh God, please do not let it be a stupid reason, cause bro, like, I have watched like videos from August the Duck that were obviously like great, and you probably have seen like a bunch of like, or if you have watched my channel, you know that I have like picked certain videos that I end up reacting about August the Duck, and obviously it's, like they're both informing about this person, and then I obviously bash about the person and was like, bro, what is wrong with you? And then I hear his side of like his thoughts and stuff like that. But like if it's a dumb reason as to why he is putting Jidion as to he's took it too far, man, it's gonna disappoint me.
I think a lot of these guys sort of get to a point where they almost start to forget what they're doing, and maybe that's what we're seeing here. I'm going to show you guys the clip in full, and then we're going to go through it.
Oh God. Yeah, there it is. There's the funny ad.
Wait, hold on. You made a 15-minute long video about me because you don't like the meme ad that I use to promote my website, that I use to fund my operations and pay my employees? So I got this whole video made about me because I put an ad in a prey catch video, and I guess he doesn't like that. But I also find it coincidental that you put an ad in a video about you not liking an ad in a prey catching video.
But before we begin, I want to talk about today's video sponsor, MyHeritage.
Oh, damn, he got him good right there. Damn. Well, oh my God, dude. I'm so disappointed. Dude, like that's not the thing to be like calling it gone too far. Is just an ad. Like, bro, like you could be watching something very serious, and then out of nowhere YouTube is like, you know what, let's give you an ad. And then it's something like hilarious or something like that's not even of the topic of seriousness, and then it goes back to the seriousness. Like, bro, they gotta make money. Like the same way that any person on YouTube like has to make money. If they get a sponsorship deal, then obviously they're taking it. It's the same thing with Jidion. Like if he wants to get the ability to get paid, to pay his team, to pay the bills, like obviously like he's doing it in a way that obviously like it's his own version. Like it's goofy, but it's a way that he's like showcasing, oh yeah, like we have the full videos of it, like we're being serious on this point, but we're also making the joke of why it's called EDP Watch, because of the content creator EDP. And if you have seen what happened to EDP and his antics, obviously it's basically poking at him every video, because obviously like it's in the name of what his brand is when it comes to these predator catches, and he just wants to make something funny out of it while also trying to make the what's it called, the point of, if you want to fund so we could keep on continuing and doing these catches, and also to help my team out, and also to help out anyone that helps with me, then obviously like I encourage you to what's it called, donate and join the team.
And I'm not dissing you on the fact that, you put an ad in your video, get your bag.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of weird that out of your last 18 videos, and you guys can go check, I counted, this is the only video that has an ad in it. So I just find it really coincidental that out of all the videos you could have put a My Heritage ad in your videos, you chose the video that you don't like an ad about. I don't know. I just find that funny, y'all. I just find that funny.
But I really can't help but feel like editing something like this and making something where you're talking about what Jidion's talking about here in this style is in poor taste. To me, it's just a genre of content that should be treated a little bit more seriously, because these guys are trying to catch these predators. That's a completely different thing than, for example, making a video where you make fun of somebody who was on the show to catch a predator. Because when you're watching that show, you know that those guys are fucked. That show was done with law enforcement. They all got arrested. Like, you knew what was going to happen to them. With these guys, it's not really the same thing. Like, it's kind of weird to edit a video in this style when, like I mentioned earlier, you could just be making a significantly more safe, cautious, and aware predator who's going to be a more effective predator.
And you know what? You're totally entitled to your own opinion, and I'm actually going to ask my audience, do you guys think I should tone down the ad? Do you guys think I should just make it just a regular thing? I want to hear what you guys have to think. Bro.
All right, so obviously I'll give my thoughts, since obviously I do watch your videos, Mr. Jidion. No, I would say just keep being you, because obviously, like, you're making a difference. Like, people are gonna be hating, and there's not much that you can do besides just obviously accept it and then just like move forward, because you're doing your own thing, they're doing their own thing. If they were given that what's it called, that position to do the same thing, it'll be a fucking circle. It'll just be that same person having to deal with haters, and then they're gonna give their point off, and then stuff like that. Like, it's just gonna be a mess. But no, I would say don't change the ad for what it was. It gives off like a point of, if you want to see more, if you want to be part of the team, obviously, if you want to put some money in it, then go ahead. And if not, then obviously, like, I still appreciate you watching the video and actually being informed from the said video. But yeah, there's not much.
I don't know if Duck thinks I'm out here being like a mad scientist or something, creating super predators and stuff like that. But Doug, listen, my man, literally every single time we make these videos, we always get law enforcement involved. They get their names, they get all their information. If they make the arrest, boom, they're in the system. If they don't make the arrest, boom, they're still in the system because they're making reports on them, and they're taking their phones, and they're doing all this, yada, yada, yada.
Investigation.
And then also on top of all that, we're then blasting their face out to millions of people, so that way their local community, or maybe wherever else they may go to, knows what these people are about. So, I don't know why you keep on saying I'm making super predators. It's hard to be a super predator.
Crazy.
When everybody knows you're a predator.
Like, we're talking about catching.
Like, here's a good example. When the whole fiasco of the EDP catch that is, if I'm not mistaken, like 2 or 3 years old already. Like, that shit went viral. It went to places that it's not even here in America, and yet people know when they hear the term EDP 445, they hear a predator that came for a cupcake. He even goes with, there's even that meme that he was just here just to pick up a cupcake and then go back home, and then he just has that freaking that other meme of the fist bump. That stayed with everyone, and then it went to the whole point that throughout those 2 years, there's still updates of where is EDP, what is he doing, and then there's still people that are making jokes about him, that are poking at him just on his day-to-day life. Like, they literally caught him once, like, being an Uber driver. They called him out, and then he quit. It was the same thing that he was at a just a random store. They also said, "Oh, is that EDP? Is that, oh, you're going for a cupcake, huh?" Like, they're poking fun. Why? Because they watched that video and that shit got a bunch of views. And those people are just random people around the world that have access to internet. So, yeah, they're going to get blasted. if their face end up shown in a pred catch. So it's helping the community.
People who want to prey on children, maybe limit it to one explosion effect. I don't know, just a thought. Also, like, using EDP as like a meme in this advertisement seems like really poor taste, because that's like one of the biggest examples of how this stuff usually ends. EDP didn't go to jail. Nothing happened to EDP. Sure, he was banned off YouTube, but like, he didn't go to jail and then he got caught trying to do it again. Like, you're kind of exposing yourself here, guys.
Yes, but also, like, take to account that the take on that catch was really poor, and there was no law enforcement involved. They just were basically trying to make jokes, and you'll definitely like hear that from Alex Rosen if you were like to interview him about it. Like, they did a poor way of like handling the situation with it, and obviously like he was just let go free. This one's a lot more different, because like, at least like here they're talking with them, they're showcasing the admittance of what they have done, and then obviously like they have like a code word to at least like get the law enforcement coming, and then obviously they end up showcasing everything to them. For the EDP one, it was a lot more different. That one didn't have any police involved, and they were just poking fun at him.
You're using the most famous example of why your content is kind of a bad thing and doesn't really work as a way to advertise your content. You're kind of showing your hand there that you don't really care if these guys don't actually end up going to jail.
Doug, how does it make any remote sense that I don't care about making sure that these guys go to jail because I use EDP as my advertisement? The reason why I use EDP is because he is synonymous with being a P3DO, because he made his name synonymous with being a P3DO. When you're a monster and you do something monstrous like that, your name's gonna always be associated with that. The same reason why we say Diddy all the time. Whenever you do something gross and disgusting, your name is gonna be associated with that. And I'm not gonna just let it fizzle out, you know? We're gonna make sure it lives on forever and ever. I know you probably want it to fizzle out and no one talk about EDP again, but I think we all should always talk about him, because we all should remember what he did.
Yeah, and it's still 3 years, and I still remember like the reaction videos of people reacting to this and just being like, dude, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, dude, the stuff that you told this person, that was a decoy. But if it was an actual child, you would have done all this like crap to them. Like, oh my god, bro, like, it was still crazy to think about like all that fucking like that video. And then he sent his shit. Like, that is not fucking okay at all. Like, do you think that thing is not gonna stick with people?
Thirdly, it seems like conversations between a predator and what they think is a minor is a really strange thing to lock behind a paywall. Like, why would you want to read that? I mean, you want to read the chats between a guy role-playing as a little girl or a little boy and a man who thinks that they are a little girl or a little boy? Why the fuck would you pay for that? Like, that's crazy behavior. Selling it is just as weird. Like, you realize that's what you're doing, right, Jidion? You're essentially selling child predator roleplay transcripts. That's weird, dude.
Is it though? I mean, in Chris Hansen's videos, he literally does the readings of what these guys are talking about. Is it weird to read that stuff? If I could make it free for the internet to read, I would, because it would just show the internet even more that these dudes are guilty. But YouTube doesn't allow that type of content on the platform. So I have it behind a paywall for only $4.45 a month, and people can read it and they can get a better grasp on, wow, this dude is even worse than I thought from what I seen in the video.
Exactly, because obviously, like, yes, YouTube like has its like issues. Even if like there's some stuff that obviously like has been like passed through, obviously from the original creators. But when it comes to like someone else, they get blamed for the stuff that they have done. But they try to find ways to like censor it and like not showcase it, because obviously like, dude, like, this thing will break TOS. And I've only gotten it once from a Me Canyon video, or I think, no, it was twice from a Me Canyon video. One from Wabbit Season, obviously that one was a bit crazy, and then the other one was Wabbit Season 2, and that shit also got flagged, and I got in trouble from that. But yeah, like that little bit of like craziness, like if it was this case with the pred catches and like the stuff that they have said, like dude, that thing would break TOS like instantly and it would get flagged and their channel could get deleted. So obviously it's better for like finding an alternative method, and obviously like he found an alternative method. Like yeah, like if some people want to like read to know like who these people like are like behind closed doors, and if they would actually like get their hands on a cupcake, like how far they would like actually go, like it's just crazy. But at least there's people like Jidion, like Oma, like Skeeter Gene that are doing God's work in stopping this before it ends up being that. Cause bro, that shit would be so bad if we had like no information about this happening.
I mean, this might be hard for you to realize, but not all 13,000 of my members on EDPWatch.com are subscribed to the website to read the chat logs or be in the giveaway or even to watch the extended early cuts.
They just want to support.
That. Some of them literally just pay because they appreciate the work that we do and they want to support financially.
Yeah.
I mean, I can say the same thing about why people would even buy your Patreon back in the day. Like, I don't know what you could have had behind that paywall that people wanted to pay for, but I'm guessing that they just wanted to support you. It just sucks that you took it down. So it's weird to read the chat log, but it's not weird to watch it on stream, right?
I can't go to jail. My life would be ruined.
Right.
Could be locked up for 20 years.
Yep.
And then you say, do you trim your blank?
Okay.
Jesus,
You know.
Jeff.
Right?
And then the whole like Disney sweepstakes shit where it's like you can win a predator catching experience. Like, are you shitting me? Jidion fans got really mad at me the last time I said this, but I'm gonna say it again. I'd have a really hard time believing that like the average Jidion fan is an adult. If you just read through the comments on his channel, you can kind of tell that that's like,
Bro, but it's like the same thing with literally like anyone in the internet. Like you'll have fans from different ranges. Like I could go with mine. A good percentage is like 18 to in their 20s that watch my content. I have some people that are in their 30s, in their 60s, which is even crazy, which obviously I do duly appreciate the support. But it ranges. So it's the same thing with Twitch. Twitch will also have different ranges of people, but obviously like you don't know like their age, because why would you ask? That's just weird. It's just people being people. Like, they could say whatever they want from a screen. And they can't get in trouble from it. Because why? Because they're just being open. Even if they're not trying to be open.
not the case. Like, look, I'm gonna give Jidion the benefit of the doubt here and say that if he ever did this, that he'd probably make sure that it was an adult. But I mean, he doesn't say that in this advertisement, which you have to. So I don't know, man. That's just a little wacky for me. A little much. Again, even if he did say adults only, treating this as some sort of like fun, cool experience, like you would be meeting a person who wants to have sex with a child. Who the fuck wants to do that?
Every video that he makes about me, he has to always throw a shot at my fans. But to none the least, I do agree with him on this. The winner of the sweepstake is going to be 18 or older. Like, I should have put that in there. It was in my mind to put that in there, but I'm going to make sure in the next video that it is. So you are 1,000% right on that, Duck. But at the end of the day, what's weird about wanting to get a child predator arrested and also meeting your favorite YouTuber? I mean, you're a huge fan of Chris Hansen. If you want a giveaway to go do a catch with Chris Hansen,
he'll be glazing him.
Would you tell him no?
To Catch a Predator might just be one of the greatest TV shows ever created. And I really think the fact that Jidion or his team or whoever put this together thinks that the average person would be interested in that enough to pay for it really sort of shows some true colors and is indicative of these guys not doing this for the right reason. You should not be having fun doing this. Reading chat logs from guys who have no issue exploiting and ruining the lives of children, meeting up with them, making jokes about it. These are not things that I think you should really want to do.
So, Doug, you're mad at me for doing something that I know that my audience that love watching the prey catching videos would love to be a part of. Like, I mean, I know it's weird to you, but to shame a bunch of other other people for wanting to participate in that, I think is a little bit beneath you, man. And I honestly thought better of you. All of a sudden, my paywall all of a sudden just discredits everything that I've done, and it automatically shows like, oh, yep, he's making money, so he's doing this for the wrong reason. Of course, I have to make money.
Yeah,
I have a team
he has to pay
over
a team.
20 people. That is how we're able to post 2 catches a week. We're traveling all over the U.S. Airbnbs, decoys, security, filmers, a whole bunch of editors. Yes, I need money so that way we can take care of all our people, because it's not just me doing the Lord's work. Everybody that works for me, I consider them the exact same way, and everybody that watches the videos and support, I consider that they're helping this cause too. So
see, obviously he's being responsible, like how he goes with like his mindset of, I'm not just doing it for views, I'm doing it to make a difference, and also like if I get money, it will be for the support of my team that is also helping me out with this cause that I wanted to do. But man, it's just sad. It's legit real sad.
It's a problem when I have a paywall, but it's not a problem when your goat has a paywall.
There are more than 100 episodes on our streaming service, ad-free and uncensored, at WatchTrueBlue.com.
I will definitely
Use the code
subscribe to it.
YouTube24 to watch them all for $2.50, or YouTube Year for $20 off an annual subscription.
Maybe they're seeing it differently. I don't really know how you would. To me, there is no reasonable explanation on the planet as to why you would be trying to sell the chat and audio logs of child predators, and I don't think there's a logical or reasonable explanation for the people buying it either. Everybody...
It's not... It's legit not to... What's it called... Just because you want to like hear it. It's to be informed of just how crazy these guys would go behind closed doors, and just if they get their hands on it, like the danger that they would pose. Like, that's what it is, bruh.
Weird in this. Well, guys, what do you think?
So yeah, guys,
Mario
hit
Kart.
up with the weird allegations.
You got some Mario Kart.
Those are the one allegations that you just can never beat. So we just gotta pack it up here, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please do not go and send him any hate at all. Genuinely, it is all love and everything. And a couple things I am gonna be taking into critique and everything, but mostly I want to hear what you guys think. Should I tone down the ad? Should I make it different? I want to know from my audience, not from his opinion. I want to know from you guys, because you guys are the ones that are supporting this cause. And so whatever you guys says goes. But man, I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll be posting a catch this week. Peace.
Awesome video from Jidion. Nonetheless, obviously gave his points. So in this cause, where the scales is, here's August the Duck and here's Jidion. I'm falling more for Jidion, and then August the Duck. Man, I'm disappointed that a content creator that I have watched was trying to cancel another content creator that I watched that is doing a difference. And like, I'm not saying that August the Duck isn't making a difference as well. Like, obviously, like the stuff that he talks about also brings a good point and being informed. Because if I didn't watch his channel, I wouldn't have known about this random TikTok influencer that thinks the sky is a giant screen. Like, bro, you gotta get informed on that, and also calling them out. Like, bro, stop it. It's the same thing with the Goon Chamber people. Like, if I didn't like find that out, and I would just like to see it randomly in my TikTok, I'd just be like, oh, it's just some random stupid video. But people are informing other people to stop this, and yes, I'm here to freaking say my point in stopping that as well. So I don't know. So we might see a response from August the Duck. I don't know. We'll see later on. But that is my thoughts about Jidion's video, about him trying to give his point, since August the Duck wants to cancel him. And obviously, like I said, I am in full sight of Jidion from this video, and he did bring up his points, and that wins it for me. August the Duck had lackluster examples, so disappointed on him. But hopefully they, like I said, it's all love from both sides. Like, obviously, like I won't see them like differently. Like, oh, well, he had his own mindset and Jidion has his own mindset as well. So obviously, like, I wanted to hear both sides, and I did manage to hear both sides, and I already gave my opinion on it. and I want to know what your guys' opinion is about this. And obviously, like I said, we might end up watching like one of the catches that he does that actually gets an arrest, and you'll definitely see like the formula that he goes, that it's not just for views, it's for a difference in a cause. But I don't know. We'll see. Damn, this is a long Sham Talk. Crazy.